So I thought Mr. Pandaria was supposed to last a good amount of time, kind of like renting a tuxedo to go to your best friend's wedding before they get a divorce and she's banging another dude, something of that nature. And it seems like, unfortunately, it's not going to last very long, according to a couple Twitter posts that I've been seeing going on the web, which is kind of intriguing. One post is happening from this dude named Trench, a verified user on Twitter, who said, just saw a Blizzard survey asking about classic characters merging into retail after MOP. Now, I thought this was like, a bunch of bullshit, because like, there's a lot of fake stuff out there. There's a lot of AI nowadays. You got to watch out for that too, the chat GBTs and all that stuff of that nature. But it really seems like this is actually true, because a lot of people were getting emails a while back about, if you guys remember, the Classic Plus updates, what people want to see in their type of Classic Plus. What's your version or your idea? Do you like these things from retail? Do you like these things from Classic? Would you like to see it mix into the future? All these different types of questions that they had on their questionnaire. And then I looked at another Twitter forum user who's posted a lot of stuff with legitimate updates of the name of N_TYS. And NTYS basically said, what's next after MOP Classic? And it seems like this form, this email that people are getting, is legitimately true. Warlords of Draenor Classic could be a possibility, as some players have received a Blizzard survey asking what they would like to see after Mr. Pandaria Classic concludes. Beyond WoD Classic, other options include staying on a frozen MOP state server or transferring characters to retail WoW or other previous versions of WoW. It's worth noting that the surveys like this directly influence Blizzard's decision to continue Classic timeline after Wrath of the Lich King Classic. And some of these questions have to be said here. So for example, one of the questions are saying, transfer my characters to Cataclysm Classic or another earlier Classic expansion. Another one is indicating move my characters to Classic Era Realm, example vanilla style servers. Another example showing transfer my characters to retail or modern WoW, with another post saying keep my characters on a permanent frozen MOP Classic realm with no further updates, and finally continue progressing into Warlords of Draenor Classic if it becomes available. So it seems like the Blizzard devs are already going ahead of the curve, asking about the future, and not even currently worrying about what's going on with MOP. I mean, listen, I understand that they are working their hardest, and I'll add this as a, some type of leadway for the devs to give them some support here. At the end of the day, I understand that Activision is on top of their heads, and I understand as a business, when you have to meet deadlines and criterias, and you have to meet certain examples of a product being on time, you're not going to always get what you want out of it, especially as a developer. So they go through some bullshit and they go through some headaches. However, though, to jump the gun so much far ahead of MOP and already be talking about WoD, already be talking about the future, while we have the current version of the game right now that we need to worry about, fix, and continue looking at the bugs, and continue looking at the issues with MOP, it's kind of alarming to jump the gun so fast, and it leaves me wondering, is MOP going to be ending earlier than we think? I thought we were going to get at least a year and change of MOP. I thought they were saying from the Eben interview that we are all hands in on Mr. Pandaria Classic and working on from what the 2012 team originally did, and not really touching a lot of things besides adding like the Celestials and, putting little minor changes here and there. But it seems like this is going to be relatively a short run, if I have to say so myself. And this is one of my biggest concerns right now that I want to bring you over to the next segue. So stay locked in, amigos, all right? Don't get packed up, you bunch of bitches. Now let's go over to a website that I know people like to hate in the comments, Ironforge Pro. Now, we're only going to be using this as an example, so settle down your panties in a bunch, all right? Don't get packed up. But basically, on Anniversary, there is 84k logs going on right now. Now, obviously, that's probably a player playing on multiple tunes as well and doing a bunch of logs. Probably same guild, different guild, whatever. Not actual 84,000 players, but multiple characters that are just logging on one account, right? So that can be happening right there. But regardless of that, the point of this, of showing this, is that what if Moshigan Vaults from MOP does not perform better than Anniversary? That is a concern that I think the devs have, because the devs are using this Classic run as an alternative way to see player reaction, player reception, and also player revenue to see if more players come back because they want to enjoy Classic, or maybe they missed out on this version back in the day, and also to get a way to make more revenue on the side while gaining most of the revenue from retail. This is another option for them, right? And I feel like if this succeeds in the next couple weeks, where Motion Gun Vaults is doing extremely good in MOP and it has really high numbers and statistics, they're going to want to continue it. Each patches, as they're going to plan, no matter what, they're going to stick with MOP because they have to, right, at this point. But they're going to ask themselves the question, if it doesn't do good, if it's not performing better than Anniversary, should we continue at WOD? Should we continue with Legion? They already did MOP Remix. I'm sure they were planning to do Legion Remix, and they're going to, because they already announced it at their, their Blizz conference. And if they continue with Legion Remix, they're going to want to do Legion. But if the numbers are not looking good from Mr. Pandaria, that's an alarming situation. That's an eye-awakening problem right now that they're going to be having, and they're going to say internally, maybe we should just stop it. It's a reason why they're asking the question on the questionnaire. Now, some people might say the questionnaire is fake, it's not real. The last questionnaire was real, and everybody covered it as well. So at this point, I don't think it's really fake anymore, guys. I think we have to come in terms of reality that this is what Blizzard is asking, because quite frankly, between me and you, nobody knows at Blizzard what the fuck is going on right now. Just telling you the truth. They're kind of lost. They don't know if the Classic players want this or want that. Pull from here or pull from there. Give them this and get angry. Get angry, but be happy. It's kind of fucking a fucked situation. We're living in a fucked bubble. But overall, let's stop talking about bubbles, right? We ain't no water boy out here, even though we got a little Poland Spring. How you doing? Much love. It's concerning overall, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like they are kind of lost right now as a company where to go with the Classic scenario right now, the Classic scene, because they have so much success from retail, and things are looking good over there for War Within and Season 3, and a lot of like the new transmog sets look absolutely stunning and beautiful. They have a really strong community over there for retail, but eventually in time when retail does end and Classic meets its end line as well, where the hell are they gonna go? And this leads me to like one of the biggest parts of this video, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been seeing in the comments of many content creators videos, such as myself, such as all the boys that you've seen that I've hung out with on the roundtable, like Hammer, like Medina, like Eben, like Jerome, I've seen Kago as well, all the boys, right? All the boys that we've seen before. And here's the thing, everybody leaves comments on YouTube channels about talking about Turtle WoW, talking about Project Epoch. And I don't bring up these names all the time because I'm not a fan of, private servers. It's really not my gig. It's not the thing that I really like to do. But I respect it because I see the passion and development that comes from that, even though it's not from Blizzard. But it leaves me to wonder, after seeing all the stuff that goes on with Project Epoch with the past, couple days, of the overwhelming amount of people, 20,000+ people flooding the servers, showing to myself that, man, it really seems like that the demand of a Classic extension, the Classic Plus that everybody wants, the stuff that I don't even like to talk about anymore on this channel, is really high. And people want that. And it's a reason why people have been transferring over to OSRS, because they want something that's permanent. They don't want something where they log on, they know it's going to end, and that is the end of their journey. It's the point of what happened with Season of Discovery, where we all got on there. We loved it. We wanted to see the continuation of things. And the minute that they announced that that server was going to go offline, that shit was more dead than roadkill on the street, brother. It was fucking packed up. Put it in a suitcase and send it to Newark Airport. How you doing? I'm telling you the truth, though. People want something that's permanent. So when you see these private servers, Blizzard, and I'm not going to, promote them. I'm not here to say I'm playing the game, but I'm not going to lie to you. It's fucking damn tempting for a creator like myself, a creator like, anyone else that I've talked to in the past, to not want to try these things and talk about it on their channel, because it looks like they're doing everything that you guys should be doing. I'm not even talking to the player base here. I'm talking to you guys right now, Blizzard. If you're watching this video, I genuinely mean this with all the passion and love that I have for World of Warcraft, stepping into the world of Azeroth for the very first time and just experiencing, all the communication and the vibe and the gameplay and the quest and the personalities that I met and the people that I meet along the way, the journey in itself, the end game. I love it all. But unfortunately, the system that you guys have right now is not doing it enough for the players. And I think the players are getting disengaged from this, and there's a reason why there's such neglection of WoW nowadays. Not to say that the retail community is not doing great, and I have nothing but respect for that. But the classic community, and you guys know this as yourself, Blizzard, is where your bread and butter is really at. It's where all the eyes go. It's where all the popularity comes from. It's where all the word of mouth and the advertising comes from, is from your classic community. All the big content creators, all the guys that once made your game special came from the classic community. And I think it's about time, Blizzard, you start to realize that and get a little bit more in touch with the player and take a step back as much as being just only a developer. And that's just my opinion, right? And that's just what I have to say. It's no hate on you guys whatsoever. I understand deadlines and all this bullshit in the company has to be met. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about mano a mano as a man-to-man or man-to-woman. I'm just saying. That's what I personally feel, that you need to go back to your roots, and you need to realize also that the classic scene is something that people want, and it's a reason why they're going to other games. It's a reason why I'm seeing other videos on YouTube channels now promote Project Epoch, promote Turtle WoW, and I'm seeing that these trailers that they're showing are adding so many items to their game, and I'm not even getting paid by these motherfuckers. I'm not. But if you want to pay your boy, how you doing? Settle down. I'm just kidding. Don't pack me up. But much love to you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video for today. Let me know your thoughts and comments below on what you guys think about this. I just want to see the best for everyone. I don't really care too much about, complaining all the time, even though that's what we do around here. Settle down. But for the most part, I just love World of Warcraft. I've been having fun with arenas. All the footage that you've seen today, even too, I've been pushing arenas. We've been hitting like 1750 combat rating in 2s and 3s. We're trying to break the 1800, get our way into the 2000s. We're really trying to push ourselves as a warlock and go from there. But that's about it. I'll be live tonight if you see this video at 8-ish or 9-ish. I think I'm doing some South Park shit with Jerome and Medina. And I don't really know how to end these videos, so I'm going to go get 3 cheeseburgers and shove it up my ass. Much love to you. Much love to you. Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you in the next one. I gotta poop. Peace, bitch.